Morning, everyone. It's 8:43, and it is Wednesday the 8th, and this is your pre-opening comment, video number 1052. Not much going on. I've just spent 15 minutes that I'll never get back watching Andrew Ross Sorkin interview Rajaratnam. If you don't recall, 7 years ago he went to jail for insider trading, and after listening for 15 minutes, all I can say is the jury got it right and the appeals court got it right. The guy's just basically full of crap trying to justify things that he did. Okay, at 8 o'clock this morning, the futures were up 81 in the Dow, up 40 in the NAS, and up 10 in the S&P. Right now, we are up 60. NASDAQ is back to unchanged, so it gave up 40, and the S&P is up 6 from being up 10. There's not a lot of news around. Economic news, we have the JOLTS, which is the job openings, but that doesn't come until 10 o'clock. And this week's EIA oil inventories doesn't come until 10:30. So there's really not much to key off of, and the market being, basically unchanged to slightly higher on a percentage basis after the kind of days that we've just had back to back to back. We'll just have to see how it shakes out. SFIX, always have problems saying that, beat both top and bottom line, but gave kind of weak guidance for the next quarter. Now, you got to remember, this stock was over 113 this year in January. It closed yesterday 24.97, and this morning has traded as low as 18.15. Last is 18.13, and that's down 6.75, or about 27%. The problem here is that it was downgraded by Dana Tulsi, by Barclay, by Wedbush, all with varying price changes, but all substantially lower. CASY's missed. Stock is 194.10, down 7.12, or 3.5%. EPAM, being added to the S&P 500. The stock is 651 and change, up 59, or 9.9%. And I want to mention Toll Brothers, which I mentioned last night. Their earnings were kind of interesting. They beat top and bottom line. Their revenues looked a little light going forward. But what was interesting is that the dollars in cents, so they had less homes that they were selling, but the selling prices of those homes went from 840 average to 922,000 average. And, Tolls is a high-end builder, so that's not surprising, and clearly that part of the market has remained very strong. So up 10% on their selling cost is pretty decent, and it makes up for a lot of the costs, like the lumber, for example. Okay, so the grains are down. Oil is up slightly, as are the rest of the energies. And nat gas, which usually moves in the opposite direction of oil because it has been down so hard, is actually up 16 cents, which is not insubstantial at $3.86. Gold is basically unchanged. The rest of that group, silver, platinum, copper, palladium, all slightly lower. As far as the softs, cotton is down a little. Coffee is up 3.20 after being down 6.95 earlier this week. As I said, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow are all about where they were. The dollar is down 19 cents. Bitcoin is down 1,300, but Ethereum is up $10.50. The bonds are lower by 12/32, so about 3/8 of a point. All right, everyone, be careful out there. This after a couple of days up, we ought to have a somewhat uneventful day, but that doesn't mean that's the way it's going to go. I'll be back later. Have a good morning, everyone.